What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a great Christmas, happy holidays, and happy New Year as well. I know I've been swamped this time of year. My schedule, my day-to-day life has just been absolutely atrocious, but I wanted to take a time out and film this video for you, a little bit of a vlog with an interview. I'm heading out to interview my friend Rhys Myers. You guys have probably seen him on the channel a couple of times on Mike's videos, my videos. He has the Lamborghini Gallardo, the beautiful, I believe it's Rosso red, or it's this champagne red Gallardo. But anyways, he's going on this adventure of beginning to race, but it's a little bit of a different scenario for him because most people who professionally race start this at a very, very young age, and they're already professionally racing by the time they're 18, 19 years old. Well, Rhys is a little older than that. We all joke and call him Dad, but he's actually getting into professional racing, and I wanted to help him do that. You guys know that I'm huge into racing. It's a huge goal of mine to possibly get into professional racing, and he asked me to help him maybe film some stuff for him, and I wanted to bring you guys along and share with you the interview and get Rhys in front of you guys and see the type of guy he is. Rhys is one of the nicest, most humble people I know, will always do anything for his friends without batting an eye. So I just wanted to take some time and film some of this for you, film some of his professional kind of interview style of why he's getting into racing at this age and whatnot. So we're gonna go meet up with him. We'll meet up with Turner as well. He's gonna be there to help out, and we'll see you guys there. This is Rhys. You guys have seen him 1,000 times on Mike's channel. Yeah, 1,001 times, but we're gonna do a little kind of nice little interview for you. Are you ready for your 5 minutes of questioning?
Yes, I am. I think so. As long as it isn't with the Pennsylvania State Police, I'll be ready for my 5 minutes of fame.
We'll get you squared away, right, John?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Tell me a little about yourself. Well, Troy, my name's Rhys Myers. 57 years old, have a wife, two beautiful children, both college age, 21, 18. Family's always been very important to me. You know, obviously family first, always been a family guy. You know, sort of had to put a lot of my hobbies, as you would call them, and my aspirations on hold past several years, you know, due to life. You know, frankly, life happens. For all of us, you know, I've gotten older, and some of my objectives have changed, you know, since those days. But, you know, obviously family's always been number one in my life. You know, my family is who makes me who I am. So yeah, I'd say love my family, have a very wonderful, supportive family. And, you know, now that they're getting a little older, that's what brought me, you know, to meeting with you, frankly.
What motivated you to start racing and kind of develop this passion and really get behind the wheel of a car?
Yeah, that's a good question, Troy. You know, my father, I think I could attribute my motivation to my father. My father back in the 60s, right prior to the Vietnam War, had the privilege to drive at Le Mans, France for Jaguar as a professional driver, which was really cool. Obviously, I didn't realize this till I got a little older in life. And then, unfortunately, you know, we had the Vietnam conflict. So my father had given up his aspirations to become a pro driver to fight for our country, which, you know, I can understand. I would do the same thing. My grandfather was a brigadier general, a car guy, always went to the Indy 500 and so on, and always loved racing. But, you know, it was either country or hobbies and, you know, aspirations to become a pro driver. So my father became a helicopter pilot in the Vietnam War and gave up his dreams. So, you know, that's where I think I've always acquired my love of racing. And then becoming a helicopter pilot myself in the earlier stages of my life, and having the opportunity to fly the likes of Mario Andretti and some of the pros.
What piqued your interest in racing more, or wanting to race more as a professional versus just staying on like an amateur level?
Well, you know, I didn't put a lot of thought into it prior to the last, I'd say, 2 years. You know, I was dabbling in it. I had stayed in it on a very amateur basis, racing Formula 2000s, a lot of solo stuff, which really was interesting, but it really just didn't feel like I was actually racing for any kind of objective. It was more of a hobby. And I felt like I was fairly good at what I did. I had the opportunity to race against some test drivers in the Indy Series and did quite well for my age, frankly speaking. Was able to beat a few of them. And just surrounded by some of the folks that were in the higher level racing, they had always asked me, well, Rhys, why have you not taken the next level? And I think it was a little bit of timing, frankly. You know, I had wife and kids. I had more important goals, frankly, family goals that really overshadowed my internal interests. So the timing's right now. You know, I started doing some SCCA driving in a WR1000, which is a prototype, a little higher class, which has been able to hone my skills even to a deeper level of racing. And I just had the opportunity to meet some professional drivers, spent some time in the pits with them, and that's how I frankly got to meet Derek DeBoer. I met Derek through TRG Racing, who I had a prior association with. TRG about, I'd say 5 to 10 years ago, actually approached me as an amateur and asked me what my interest would be to possibly do a test with them. And again, unfortunately, timing, family first. Family came into the view, and I just didn't think it was the right thing to do. The timing wasn't good for me. So I sort of punted on that. And after meeting Derek DeBoer, and I actually watched the Fast Life TV, they have an actual reality show on how Derek did it. And Derek was pretty much, as I reviewed and viewed the video of Derek on Fast Life TV on Amazon, it was me. And I thought, gosh, you know, here's a guy that took a chance, went out there and is going through the same iterations that I'm going through to become a pro. He's now a pro. And I had the opportunity to meet Derek, as I said, and spend time with him. And we decided, hey, why not? Why not put a deal together? So that's where I'm at now.
What would you say is the next step in your racing career?
Well, you know, the next step is the interesting part of this, Troy. The next step is really where it becomes very tough to take that next step, because the next step, frankly, is the Pro Series, Probably World Challenge, which I would go as sort of a pro-am. To be quite frank, I'd be racing with a professional. I'd be still considered amateur even in a pro series, which is fine. But unfortunately, it's very difficult to come up with funding. In the old days, it used to be you'd go to the local hardware store or, you know, the grocer and say, hey, you know, would you be willing to sponsor me? You know, because it wasn't quite as big as it was now. Now to get to the pro level, you're talking pretty much Uber dollars. For just one season in the Probably World Challenge, you're talking probably $750 to $1 million, frankly speaking, because there's a lot of logistics that go into it. And corporations, you know, unless you're on a huge level, really don't, you know, fund this type of racing anymore. And that's really what I'm doing now. I'm trying to do this from a very grassroots level, frankly. And you know, I'm very, you know, it's a prideful thing with me. Asking for anybody to even help me in my quest is very difficult for me. That's just not my way. I've been more of a self-made type of person, but right now I'm currently self-funding this, and it's gotten to the point where it just isn't viable. I've realized that I won't be able to do it on my own, you know, and it's difficult for me, frankly, to ask for any help. But that's where I'm at right now.
What's your most important goal out of all this?
Yeah, my most important goal is obviously to get to that next level, because I've laid all the groundwork now. I actually have a deal pending with TRG Racing and Derek DeBoer on the Pro Series. As I said before, there's a lot of outside behind the scenes stuff simulators that I've had to buy. You know, I have a racing simulator in the off season. I have to stay in the groove, we'll call it, because there is an off season of racing, but unfortunately there isn't an off season. You're always honing your skills, and making sure I am prepared for when I do make it to that next level, and really making sure my family are in the mix with this. This is something that has to be right for all of us. I can't go beyond what I think my bandwidth is, for lack of a better word, and put myself in a situation that is going to harm my family in any way. So it's really just doing it the right way, getting the funding the right way, getting people to have some vested interest with me, and that's why I'm here today, to try to bring in, you know, funding from outside sources and make them a part of our team, for lack of a better word.
How do you plan on doing that?
Well, you know, through my partnership, I call it partnership because a good friend of mine, John, has really been a big part of this, as you have, is we've set up a GoFundMe page, which again is very difficult for me because, again, trying to be the self-made guy, but we've decided that, you know, if we do this right, we can maybe bring some people into this from the outside. And even if somebody's willing to give me $1, that's $1 I didn't have, and it's very much appreciated. What we would like to do is give back to anybody that's willing to donate to my dream. And again, it's my dream, and that's difficult, but have their signature on the car. It's one way for me to say, hey, I truly, sincerely appreciate you know, the support that anybody has given me. Yeah, even verbal support, you know, frankly speaking, people that are there for me, I will never forget. You know, there's people like yourself that are donating your time to my cause. It's just making sure that I really keep my appreciation for anybody that's willing to help me with my goals and aspirations, frankly. But I would like to continue this for the next, you know, as long as I can be competitive. Yeah, not anything other than just, you know, I would truly and sincerely appreciate any support. You know, again, I can't say it enough. It's would be going to something that I feel is, I'm going after a dream. At my age, it's not a whole lot of people do this. It's a sincerity is frankly what I'm trying to say, that would be much appreciated, obviously, and the money would be going to a good cause. Frankly, there's other outside influences on this too that I would like to maybe give back. I know that there's Racing for Cancer, which I'm working with Derek on too, and it goes beyond just Rhys Myers. That's another reason why I really appreciate TRG Racing. Racing for Cancer is another thing that TRG, another avenue that they've gone into, and that's what I'd frankly like to get to, that level, to start giving back. So it's not just funding for Rhys Myers to get me into the series. That's just the first step, and really get my name out there, because obviously I want to be competitive. You know, I wouldn't be doing this if I just wanted to arrive and drive. This team is a winning team. This team is a podium team. Derek has several podiums with the Lamborghini Super Trofeo series in the Pirelli World Series. The Huracan, I think he's had a second and a first in that series. So, you know, I'm taking this very seriously. I want to be a top level driver. So, you know, that's really what my personal goals and objectives are, you know, again, with the help of anybody that would be willing to help me, you know, pursue my dreams.
Is there any way for people to kind of follow along, as well as
Sure. You know, they can contact me on my Instagram, which is F1Rhys, so it's F1RHYS. And also, which I believe you're going to be adding a link to this, but also it would be driven2race2019@gmail.com. And of course, the GoFundMe link, I believe you'll be adding to this.
Great. Well, thanks for taking time and look forward to seeing you progress in 2019.
You bet. Thanks, Troy. I appreciate it. And thanks to all your viewers. And again, anything, just even your motivation, keep me going on this journey is appreciated. But thanks again, Troy. I appreciate it.
This is John, by the way, paying close attention. So you've seen him now in a less formal setting.
That's right. Much more.
John, how long have you known Rhys?
Unfortunately, too long.
He's a good cat, though, isn't he? He's a good cat.
Oh, yeah, no, Rhys is awesome. And I mean, that's one of the reasons that I'm helping him out with this so much is his story is so unique, being an older person, getting into racing, which technically is a young man's sport. And I think the story is awesome. Someone that's at the, I don't want to sound rude, a later stage of life, getting into competitive racing, but actually also being competitive is something that's
rarely happens.
Unheard of, really.
Yeah.
And that story, for one, I think is so awesome to tell. And my goal is to help Rhys just to get out there and tell that story, because being able to live it and experience it with them, but also share with everyone else, is just a huge beacon to the rest of the world that doesn't matter how old you are, whatever you want to do, you can do it at any point in life. So just get out there and do it. And that's really what he's doing right now, which is what I admire so much, and that's why I'm trying so much to help him as well.
And again, I appreciate it. You know, you surround yourself with good people, and you know that's all you can ask for. And I've always been one of those thinkers that, again, I try to surround myself with like-minded individuals, and that's why I'm blessed to have friends like you, and blessed to know anybody that's whether they're into racing or just knowing good people. You know.
All right, we're back. Now, I know this isn't necessarily an action-packed video or anything like that, but it's a video that I really wanted to make, really wanted to help my friend out and do this. So those of you guys who have stuck in there to the end of the video, I really appreciate it, and I'm sure Rhys really appreciates the support. You know, even if you guys don't want to donate anything, if you want to send him an email and just give him that positive support. There's a lot of negativity in the world, so I like to keep things pretty positive on this channel, and I hope to carry that out through to Rhys, as he's a pretty happy-go-lucky person. He's always smiling, always helping people out. So again, this is a video that I wanted to make and really help him out through the means of YouTube and the best that I can. So make sure you guys support him. So again, everything will be in the description below. Make sure you check it out. Give this video a thumbs up. Hopefully YouTube will put this in the algorithm and it'll actually get some views. So I appreciate you guys' patience with this video. Hopefully I have some more content here coming for you. It's just, 'tis the season in Pennsylvania, snow, rain, just not the best for car weather, but McLaren's still holding in there. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you click that red subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.